Good Wednesday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But of course, you have your news headlines coming up on the last hump day of June. We also have a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, even part of my conversation with home improvement expert George Oliphant, getting guys ready for summer. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Wednesday headlines. In national news, former aide says Trump was told protesters had weapons on January 6th. Cassidy Hutchinson, a key aide in Donald Trump's White House, told the House committee investigating the January 6, 2021 insurrection on Tuesday that Trump was informed that the supporters he addressed that morning had weapons, but he told officials to let my people in and march to the Capitol. Trump demanded to accompany them, she said, and at one point he aggressively grabbed the steering wheel in the presidential limousine after he was told by security officials that it wasn't safe. Hutchinson, who was an aide to White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, said she was told by Meadows' deputy. She said she wasn't sure what he would have done at the Capitol as a violent mob of his supporters was breaking in. There were conversations about him going into the House chamber at one point, Hutchinson told the committee. Hutchinson quoted Trump as directing his staff in profane terms to take away the metal detectors that he thought would slow down supporters who'd gathered in Washington. In video testimony played before the committee, she recalled the former president saying words to the effect of, "I don't effing care that they have weapons. They're not here to hurt me. Take the effing mags away. Let my people in. They can march to the Capitol from here," Hutchinson testified on Tuesday. As Trump spoke to thousands of supporters on the ellipse behind the White House and more gathered on the Washington Monument grounds, Hutchinson said she received an angry call from Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who had just heard the president say he was coming to the Capitol. "Don't come up here," McCarthy told her before hanging up. In the days before the attack, Hutchinson said that she was scared and nervous for what could happen ahead of the riot after conversations with Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani, Meadows, and others. Meadows told Hutchinson that things might get real bad, she said. Giuliani told her it was going to be a great day and we're going to the Capitol. She described Meadows as unconcerned as security officials told him that people at Trump's rally had weapons, including people wearing armor and carrying automatic weapons. A month earlier, Hutchinson said she heard noise inside the White House around the time an Associated Press article was published in which then Attorney General William Barr said the Justice Department had not found evidence of voter fraud that could have affected the election outcome. The president, it turned out, had thrown his lunch across the wall in disgust over the article, and she was urged to steer clear of him. The 25-year-old, who was a special assistant and former aide to former Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, has already provided a trove of information to congressional investigators and has sat for 4 interviews behind closed doors. In more national news, Ghislaine Maxwell sentenced to 20 years for helping Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell, the jet-setting socialite who once consorted with royals, presidents, and billionaires, was sentenced to 20 years in prison Tuesday for helping the financier Jeffrey Epstein sexually abuse underage girls. The stiff sentence was a punctuation mark on a trial that explored the sordid rituals of a predator power couple who courted the rich and famous as he lured vulnerable girls as young as 14 and then exploited them. Prosecutors said Epstein, who killed himself in 2019 while awaiting trial, sexually abused children hundreds of times over more than a decade and couldn't have done so without the help of Maxwell, his longtime companion and one-time girlfriend, who they said sometimes participated in the abuse. In December of last year, a jury convicted Maxwell of sex trafficking, transporting a minor to participate in illegal sex acts, and 2 conspiracy charges. In more national news, 50 migrants die after trailer abandoned in San Antonio heat. 50 people died after being abandoned in a tractor trailer without air conditioning in the sweltering Texas heat, one of the worst tragedies to claim the lives of migrants smuggled across the border from Mexico. More than a dozen people, their bodies hot to the touch, were taken to hospitals, including 4 children. A city worker heard a cry for help from the truck parked on a lonely San Antonio back road late Monday afternoon and discovered the gruesome scene inside the trailer. Hours later, body bags lay spread on the ground. Among the dead were 39 males and 11 females. In business news, stocks fall on Wall Street as inflation concerns persist. Stocks fell in afternoon trading on Wall Street Tuesday as the broader market remains gripped by uncertainty over pervasive inflation, rising interest rates, and the potential for a recession. The S&P 500 fell 2%, with roughly 85% of the stocks in the benchmark index in the red. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 484 points, or 1.5%, and the Nasdaq fell 2.9%. And finally, in entertainment news, G7 leaders unite behind Ukraine, aim at Kremlin oil money. Leaders of the world's biggest developed economy said Tuesday they would explore far-reaching steps to cap Russia's income from oil sales that are financing its invasion of Ukraine, and struck a united stance to support Kyiv for as long as it takes as the war grinds on. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Enjoy. Good Wednesday, everyone, and welcome to Words I Choose to Live By. No matter how difficult the previous chapters of your life may have been, know that your story is not over. Choose today as an opportunity to reveal the alternate ending that is not what others might expect, but what you know is possible. Your best days can still be ahead of you, but you have to keep living your life in order to reach them. Have a great Wednesday. George Oliphant is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight right here on Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with Entertainment Spotlight. Home improvement expert George Oliphant joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to share some home improvement tips just in time for summer. Here's a bit of our conversation.
So, George, let's start off with safety, right? I mean, what do you recommend for our homes when it comes to staying safe, especially when it comes to concerns like fire, water leaks are big here in the South, and other issues we may face?
Right. I mean, safety is not something that's just for the summer. It's a year-round thing. But during the summer, we spend more time away from our homes, right? We go on vacation, we visit people, we spend the day at the beach or at the lake or playing, whatever the summer leads. It usually leads us hopefully getting away from the house for a little bit. So, but we want to make sure, we want that peace of mind that our house is safe, right? That everything is taken care of. We turned off everything and we're good to go. But sometimes there's always that little nag in the back of your head. Well, the Kidda home safe enabled devices is trying to give you that peace of mind. They made sure that everything has got Wi-Fi connectivity and that through the Kidda app you can be connected and you'll get real-time alerts if there is any sort of smoke or carbon monoxide or water leaks or indoor air quality issues. It's probably not in Mississippi, but where I grew up in Colorado, in the winter it'll even tell you if you got frozen pipes. So it just gives you that peace of mind so that you're not freaking out all the time, calling up your neighbor, hey, I don't know if I turned off the stove. Is there smoke coming out of my house? Or, I left some kids home or this, that, the other thing. It just gives you that peace of mind. It's already in the app. And if it's all connected through the Kidda safe home-enabled devices, you're set.
Gotcha. Yeah, George, that is an issue for us, especially in the winter months where the frozen pipe issue definitely does come up. So that's cool to know that they're able to help with that.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning into this edition of Conversations Daily News. But we'll have you guys on tomorrow with more news, message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, we're your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make today amazing. Take care.